Winter in Calgary brings its fair share of dents and dings to vehicles. We sat down with automotive repair expert and owner of Country Collision, Brett McCullough, to discuss his perspective on the automotive industry. For St. News File, I'm Connor McCullough. How long have you been doing auto body for?
I started doing auto body when I was 15, when I started in high school, and I did it all throughout high school. I took a break from it for a while after I graduated, and then I got back into it about 3 years ago.
What's the most common type of job you see in this industry?
I've done some restorations and stuff before, but what I do mostly is just collision.
Do you have any advice for anyone trying to get into this industry?
It's a good trade to learn. It's kind of like a lot of smaller trades put together. There's welding and electrical, and you got to know a bit of mechanical. Give it a shot. This trade is in high demand, so everyone's looking for people. So it's pretty easy to get into.
What's the hardest job you've had so far?
I restored a '73 Mustang, and that took me the longest out of any job I've done. But it just depends what your strengths are. Some people are really good at taking cars apart. Some people are really good on the frame machine. Some people are really good with body filler. Just depends what your strengths are.
What would you say the most difficult make of car is to take apart?
I did an Austin Martin a few months ago, and that was tricky to work on. Some of the German cars, Volkswagens, I'm not particularly fond of, but yeah, that would probably be the trickiest, in my opinion.
What was your favorite project to work on?
When we first moved out here, there was an old farm truck that I found just up top of the hill beside the house there. It's a 1969 International, and it had been sitting for a few years. It had some rust and some body damage. It was a farm truck. It was pretty beat up, and I decided it would be a fun restoration project, so I started that in January or February of 2017, and I finished it in the beginning of July, Canada Day long weekend. I had it done, and I worked on that thing 7 days a week, and that was pretty satisfying to have it all finished and step back and look at it compared to how it was when I first got it, and just to take it all the way from beginning to end, doing everything myself, the painting and everything, and taking it to car shows afterwards. It was that was probably the most fun and satisfying job that I've done.
Do you find bringing your finished projects to car shows rewarding when you meet other car enthusiasts?
Yeah, especially other people that have done restorations themselves, and they know what's involved with taking a vehicle to that level, and yeah, it's a good feeling to know that you did that and getting compliments on it.
What are the steps to repairing a typical dent?
So first thing that I do when I bring a car in, give it a complete wash with a good wax and grease remover. You want to get any sort of oils, or if the person had waxed their car, you want to get all that sort of stuff off of it. Then once the car's clean, I do my R&Is. So say if it's on a door, anything that I'm going to have to take off of that car to do the repair, so door handle, belt molding, stuff like that, I'll do all that first. And then if it's just like just a door ding or something like that, I'll just take an angle grinder, bring it down to bare metal. I like to give myself a couple inches bare metal around the dent, like after it stops. And then depending on how bad it is, I might do some hammer and dolly work, or I might use a panel beater to pull it. If it's not too bad, you can sometimes just put some body filler or glazing putty on it, then block it, sand it out, and prime it and paint it.
Do you find the skills you need and the technology in this industry change a lot?
Yeah, this industry changes almost overnight. If you look back 10 years ago, even paint with everything switching to waterborne, bringing in 3D measuring systems for straightening frames. It seems like products are constantly changing. There's always new tools being brought in, better, more efficient ways of fixing damage. So it's definitely, once you get your journeyman certificate, you're not done. You're always learning and always moving forward.
A special thanks to collision repair expert Brett McCullough. With new methods of handling the age-old problem of collision repair, we can see the automotive industry is constantly in motion. For State Newsfile, I'm Connor McCullough.